Recorded Books presents Boundless, The Lost Fleet Outlands by Jack Campbell, narrated by Christian Rummel. Chapter 1. They had left behind the star system known to humanity as Unity Alternate, left behind the wreckage of the battleships Amazon and Revenge, the debris that had once been the battle cruisers Leviathan and Implacable, the remnants of cruisers and destroyers, and the massive orbiting facilities secretly constructed to prolong a century-long war if defeat had finally loomed. The fleet brought all of the dead they could recover with them, as well as many wounded in a fight that no one had expected to survive. Behind, they also left the ruin of the entire badly misnamed Defender fleet, warships crewed and commanded only by reliable artificial intelligences that had come close enough to self-awareness to go insane and begin attacking the Alliance they were supposed to defend. Stopping them had cost a lot of lives. The Alliance had been saved again, this time from its own folly. Once, the sailors aboard these Alliance warships had been certain what lay ahead. They'd fought the Syndicate worlds all their lives, thinking that war would never end. Today, they knew only what lay behind them. The Syndics had finally been beaten, and then the Defender fleet foolishly created to deal with future threats to the Alliance had been faced and destroyed when it also became a danger. Now, though, the future seemed both limitless and unknowable. For Admiral John Blackjack Geary, on his flagship, the battlecruiser Dauntless, that meant that he couldn't help wondering if this time he had saved the Alliance only to destroy it. They jumped from the twin stars of Unity Alternate to the star called Dreswin. From there, most of the surviving ships of the fleet had jumped for the base at the star named Verendal to resupply and repair damage. But Dauntless and the attack transport Mistral had jumped in another direction to reach a star system with a hypernet gate that could bring them to the star that held the capital of the Alliance. The capital long ago named Unity in hopes that it would inspire harmony among the many star systems and peoples who made up the Alliance. Soon, a moment dreaded by countless people and hoped for by countless others would finally happen. Geary, the Alliance's greatest hero, back from the dead, would be arriving at the Alliance capital in his flagship. That action alone might trigger the collapse of a government stressed near the breaking point by the recently ended century-long war with the Syndicate worlds. Even if the government survived that, the evidence being brought to the capital aboard the attack transport Mistral might well shatter the Alliance. And yet, in the end, he had no choice. The same sense of duty that had led him to save the Alliance when it trembled on the brink of final defeat now forced him to take the actions that could destroy it anyway.
5 minutes until arrival at Unity Star System.
Lieutenant Castries' announcement carried easily across the bridge of Dauntless.
You look like you're going to another funeral,
Captain Tanya Dejani remarked. Her ship's command seat sat next to Geary's own fleet command seat on the bridge so she could speak in a low voice. We may well be doing just that, Geary said.
You're doing what has to be done.
I know. He scowled at the display before him, which showed an image of the outside that revealed nothing. The jump space accessed using the older jump drives that had opened the galaxy to human exploration and settlement and war appeared as an endless, formless gray. But when using the newer hypernet gates, ships traveling from gate to gate were literally nowhere, surrounded by nothing. The blank emptiness outside the ship made him think of the dark beyond life, which did nothing good for his mood. I'm not bothered so much by what might happen to me, Geary added, as I am thinking about how many men and women have died to protect the Alliance. Am I betraying their sacrifices?
Tanya didn't answer for a moment, then shook her head. I knew Kostya Tulev for a long time, and I spent much more time around Victoria Rion than any sane person would want. I have no doubt at all that both would agree with what we're doing.
She paused.
Though that woman would have surely expressed her agreement in the most disagreeable way possible.
He knew that last sentence was an attempt to distract him from his thoughts, which dwelled on the dead and body capsules on many of the ships that had gone to Verendal. Those sailors would be given the most honorable burial possible, consigned to space, their bodies launched on trajectories that in time would bring them to the star itself to be consumed by the light. Some far distant day, the star would explode, hurling outward atoms and elements forged partly from those bodies to help form new stars and worlds.
To keep listening to this audiobook, I've left you a link in the description so you can do it, at no cost thanks to Audible's 30-day free trial.